It is near universally agreed upon that there's nothing really quite like the imagery we have been shown throughout Death Stranding's various trailers. But one aspect of the game that's proven to be somewhat polarizing is the fact that it's so secretive and vague about its nature. While fans of Kojima games will eat this stuff up and are all in for solving Death Stranding's mysteries leading up to its launch, bystanders are looking on and still wondering just what the hell is this game about and why should I care? It's been close to 2 years now since Death Stranding was officially announced. We are 4 trailers in, and it's still hard to put Kojima's latest project into words. To some, this is actually the selling point of the game. To others, it's a point of frustration. Secrecy is par for the course with any Kojima game, though. He's been doing it since Metal Gear Solid 2, and he's used our subverted expectations as meta-narrative elements for his stories. Now, when Kojima was asked by website Variety why secrecy is so important to him in a recently published interview, he provided a fairly straightforward explanation. Here's what he said. "We live in a time of social networks. In this time, people just want immediate answers. But not only answers, they also want to know what they feel. This is good, this is bad, this is a game I should like, this is a game I shouldn't like. They want answers for what they should think. It's like a math problem where knowing the answer is not that important. The important thing is the process of getting to the answer." Variety's article then paraphrased Kojima with the following excerpt. "Marketing of games create a missed opportunity," he said. "It reveals too much of a game and destroys the most important part of what makes a game, the interactive journey." Finally, the article concluded with a very simple quote from Kojima. "I don't want to take away the most fun part for the players." I, for one, couldn't agree more with what Kojima's sentiments are here. The best kind of marketing for me is when players are involved and not simply being told what to feel. I think that's why things like ARGs can often be one of the most effective forms of marketing. People love feeling like they're a part of something big looming on the horizon. These kinds of marketing campaigns where people aren't just told things, but are encouraged to seek out answers and read between the lines, make for some of the best and most memorable stories leading up to a game's launch, wouldn't you say? I mean, remember that Survivor 2299 ARG that people got excited about prior to Fallout 4's announcement? That thing turned out to be fake as hell, but through it, Fallout 4 practically advertised itself, and the community had a blast coming together and keeping themselves busy to mitigate the painful wait for the game's announcement. CD Projekt Red has also been doing ARG to some extent with Cyberpunk 2077, hiding some reassuring messages in their trailers and whatnot, and there's a unique excitement that comes with looking for and finding these hidden messages. As for Kojima's own ventures, well, the ruses he pulled with Phantom Pain and Moby Dick Studios certainly left an impression, especially when fans first discovered you could fit the words Metal Gear Solid 5 between the gaps and notches of his logo, and all the theorizing leading up to Phantom Pain's launch was all kinds of fun and exciting. Then there's PT, the playable teaser that revealed itself to be an interactive announcement for Silent Hills. How cool was it when the plot twist revealed itself and when people began going through every nook and cranny of the game and trying to uncover all of its mysteries in the aftermath? This is sort of Kojima's thing, so it shouldn't be all that surprising that Death Stranding is following a similar pattern. Done right, the secrecy can definitely be, as Kojima said, the most fun part for the players, especially for fans, and it's a tool that can be used to yield great results. Now, I will say that one aspect of Death Stranding that puts it at a disadvantage is that it's a brand new IP that nobody really knows about. Survivor 2299 worked because people were familiar with Fallout. Phantom Pain worked because people were familiar with Metal Gear, and PT worked because people were familiar with Silent Hill. All of those franchises have a history and a following, so ARG marketing can leverage that with potent effect. But Death Stranding is an entirely unknown quantity, a new fighter in the ring that people currently have no investment in beyond the fact that it's a Hideo Kojima game and that it looks really cool. For fans, that will be enough of a sell, but for everyone else, I think ARG with Death Stranding is going to be a tougher sell, at least until we're given more concrete details on what kind of game Death Stranding is exactly. Currently, Death Stranding lacks a certain anchor and a sense of clarity that I think is acting as a double-edged sword. Most people don't even know what it is exactly they're supposed to look forward to, so it's harder for them to remain invested in Death Stranding's marketing metagame. So on some level, I do understand the frustration of some folks out there who genuinely want to be excited about Kojima's newest game, but still haven't found a reason to 4 trailers in. I think Death Stranding needs to start achieving a balance with future trailers. Give us enough where we can have a clear idea in our heads, but still hold enough back where we can dive in there and put the puzzle pieces together ourselves. I have little doubt, however, that Death Stranding will reveal itself with much more clarity as we near the game's launch, which is currently assumed to be sometime in 2019. We are still in the teaser stages of Death Stranding's marketing, which is kind of crazy given we are 4 trailers in, but they will eventually have to blow the lid wide open. Same thing happened with Metal Gear Solid 5. Once Phantom Pain's launch neared, there were gameplay footage and presentations aplenty for that game. Hopefully, by the time we get to that point with Death Stranding, we'll have a solid idea for what exactly the game entails, so that even non-Kojima enthusiasts can board the hype train. I cannot deny, however, that part of Death Stranding's charm does come from the fact that it sets itself apart from everything else by being so mysterious, vague, and strange. There is nothing quite like it, and that sort of uniqueness is, for me personally, refreshing, especially in the current AAA landscape. Death Stranding is definitely a game that makes you wonder, a feeling that few games seem to be able to provide these days, especially in the AAA segment. Maybe I'm speaking for myself here, but I'd much rather wonder frustratingly than know all the answers indifferently. I'd rather feel something for a game that I don't quite understand yet than feel nothing for a game that I know all about. So for my part, I'm willing to just let go of the handlebars, put my hands up in the air, and let this bizarre roller coaster take me wherever its destination might be. I had a blast with the Journey to Phantom Pain's launch, and I have every intention of having just as much fun with the Journey to Death Stranding's launch. These are all just one man's thoughts and opinions anyway. I'd love to hear what your take is on Kojima's secretive tendencies in the comments below. With that, I would like to end this news update. Thank you for tuning in. If you enjoy my content and would like to support this channel directly, consider donating on Patreon. And to be further updated on all things gaming news, reviews, and discussions, stay tuned right here on Yong Yeah. I'll see you guys next time. Yong out.